Good morning and welcome to the beautiful Rome Cavalieri, a Waldorf Astoria hotel, here in the heart of Italy's capital city. It's the Predator Pro Billiard Series in association with Venbilliards, and it's time for our first semi-finals. 10 ball is the game and the event is the Predator Wheelchair Open. So let's meet our players. Firstly, on table 3, representing Italy, Stefano Di Blasio. And from Slovenia, Matej Brajkovic. On to table 2, will you welcome Fred Dinsmore from Ireland. And his opponent, representing Sweden, Henrik Larsson. The matches are the best of 3 sets, and each set is a race to 3. And in the event of a 2-2 tie in the deciding set, we go to a shootout. Players, the very best of luck, and you may lag for the break.
A very warm welcome to you pool fans from all over the world. We are live from Rome, Italy, at the Cavalieri, a Waldorf Astoria hotel, for day 4 of the Italian Pro Billiard Series by Predator. This is a semi-final match of the Predator Wheelchair Open between 2 multiple European champions and world champions, 2 legends of the game literally, Henrik Larsson from Sweden and Fred Dinsmore from Ireland. The game is 10 ball. This is best of 3 sets, races to 3, winner's break. I'm Benjamin Belhassen, and joining me in the booth for this one, my good friend and colleague, the one and only Gethin Davis. Hi, Gethin. How do you feel for this one?
Thank you indeed for that kind introduction, Ben. How am I feeling? Well, I'm excited. I saw this come up on the list last night after I did get to watch Freddie Dinsmore's last match, and it's been high-class pool all the way here, and these two worthy of both being finalists, so it's going to be really interesting to see who gets their sort of authority on this match first. But that man in the screen there, Fred Dinsmore, he is a true battler, and you would probably have Henrik down on paper as the slight favourite, but Freddie is certainly capable of delivering when needed.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I've been witnessing those two for decades, because we used to play at the time the European Championships all together with the wheelchair, and so I know them for decades, and I'm really impressed by the level of play, the improvements, and they are literally 2 legends of the game. I've already told this, but it's like maybe 20 European titles and maybe 10 world titles for those 2 men. So this is pretty crazy, the match we have here.
Well, and also for our wheelchair fans out there, Henrik Larsson holds the straight pool record of 97, which doubles my record, Ben. So that just gives you an indication of the quality of both these players.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is really crazy, and we have the chance to watch those 2 legends for a while now. As I mentioned, it's 10 ball, races to 3, best of 3 sets, and yeah, we're off to the races.
Well, yeah, Fred played a push shot which Henrik gave back to him because he'd covered the line of the 1, but he's returned with a fantastic shot with the cue ball. The 1 did look like it was threatening to fall in a tricky spot, but this is a tough escape for Larsson. If he makes it, there's a good chance he'll pot the 8 and continue at the table.
Yeah, I don't know if the 3 ball is slightly on the way here to get to the 1, but he should be okay. Yes, that's a good hit.
And I think the 8 ball's covered the edge of the 1 as well, so Fred may have to come back across the table again. Fred just asking the ref over to watch that. Great sportsmanship.
Yeah, and it's the same rule for every discipline. We have, remember, 3 tournaments in this Predator Pro Billiard series. We have the women doubles showdown. We have the WPA World 10 Ball Championship Women and this Wheelchair Open. And every table on TV is under a 30 seconds shot clock. So yeah, this is quite a pressure to add to the game, if possible. So yeah, both players are aware of this, and they are used to this because in European championships and also in Euro tours and European competition, usually TV tables are under a shot clock. But yeah, it's really something to manage here.
He just didn't get enough oomph on the cue ball there. Wanted the cue ball to track off the long rail and bring the 4 into play. It's left a combination on here for Fred.
Let's talk about a little bit about technique here, because the technique is a little different for the wheelchair players because of the height that they have on the table. So they have to get the elbow flat, and this is kind of different technique. And of course, legends like this have mastered this one, but this is something we are not, you guys, viewers, used to see, and we are really happy to welcome those wheelchair players in the arena.
Yeah, absolutely. They do play similar patterns, but look to keep the cue ball in positions that are more favourable for themselves. It can also work the other way. They can leave the cue ball in real trouble for their opponents as well. Larson's made short work of that. I didn't see how the cue ball landed. He's just come back to check the line. It's available certainly for the side pocket.
Yeah, and I think also it's different strategies for the wheelchair players, because they really need the bridge more often. So they have to think about letting the cue ball in a place where they can reach easily the cue ball and they can shoot the proper way. So this is also to take into account. And Henrik certainly is the most experienced player of the field.
Yeah, indeed, and something I've picked up as this Predator Wheelchair Open has sort of got through to the latter stages. The tactical side of this game is, well, something to behold. Certainly from the break, I've seen quite a few players successfully bring in the 3-foul rule, and that's something that we may get to watch out for as this match develops. But some of the delicate shots and positioning of the cue ball has been a joy to behold. Now, this is a nice angle on the 5 as well. Ben, he could keep the cue ball high of the table and come back across twice.
Yeah, I think he would have liked to be a little bit more straight on that 5, but this should be okay with high ball, no English, going back and forth. Good shot.
And have you seen the wheelchair game become more popular over the years as you've been? So, you know, you've had the experience over the last 20 years of watching the game develop.
Yeah, definitely. And we also have one good player in France that is improving. And I actually had a conversation with him like a few weeks ago about how he's growing in his club. And yeah, definitely the game is growing, and everything gets bigger and bigger also for wheelchair players.
Yeah, and might be poignant to point out now that the winner of this event picks up a tidy check of $10,000 as well. Now, Henrik will be a bit disappointed with that miss on the 6. Fred looking to jump on it straight away.
Yeah, and This guy is the only, to my knowledge, the only guy to have won the World Snooker Championship and the World Pool Championship. So
Indeed.
yeah, he's really a specialist, and you can also see the way he uses the bridge, because in snooker, obviously, the table is bigger, so you need to use the bridge more often. So he might be the best to have this skill in his asset.
Yeah, the cue ball just run down the table a little bit further, leaving this a bit sharper. But can just focus on the pot.
Yeah, I think he's asking for his extension. Yeah, he's waiting something. Something happened maybe with the shot clock. You can see that the shot clock is blocked on 14. So he's waiting for the shot clock to reset, maybe to go for the shot. Yeah, that's okay. Now he needs a mental reset to get back on this shot and try to redo the routine he's used to do. And still have some time, so good shot there. First game goes to Fred Dinsmore from Ireland, and with a nice run out. I mentioned that the shot clock was on every table, but the wheelchair players have 10 more seconds. They have a 40-second shot clock. And I'll take a few moments in between the rack to thank our sponsors for those events: Yalin, Little Monster, Kamui, Aramith, Simonis, Venbilliards, Banca del Fucino, Longoni, Noleggiare, Givova, Fujifilm, and of course the Predator Group that provides the best equipment on the market, the brand new Predator Arc table with the AeroRack, the Arcos 2 balls, and the Predator Arcadia reserve cloth also, and the Arena light.
Made the one off the break, Ben. And the 6. Ooh, just hung in the corner pocket.
Yeah, good break. As you can see, a little bit of adjustments from wheelchair player from the break from the short rail. Tried to hit the one ball full in the face, and it worked for Fred. Pocket the one ball on the side and have a slightly tough cut on the 2 ball here.
Yeah. The 3 is
Yeah, he's going for it. Oh yeah, nice. Good shot there.
Yeah, that flick will help. The cue ball's going to run away slightly from the 4 here. May just be able to play it in and push through onto the 8.
Yeah, all the balls are setting up nicely. Maybe the 6 to the 7 is tricky, because when you have a ball that's hanging in a pocket like this, it's never easy to judge the path of the cue ball. So it's going to be 6-7 is going to be a little tricky, but first he has to deal with the 4 ball. Maybe he could play the 4 and carom the 9 on the side, pushing the 4 towards the corner pocket. I don't know what kind of angle he has.
He called the 9.
Oh yeah, he called the 9. Yeah, that's a good shot. Yeah, he hit it too thick though, and also the problem was that he lost control of the 4 ball. That was a tough shot.
Not too sure what Hendrik's come back to the table with. He may have to swerve a little around this 9 ball.
Yeah.
Or even jump.
Yeah, I don't know if he can play 2 rails like long and short to clip the 4. Looks like he's gonna jump, because I think he only has to jump over an edge of the 9, really thin, so he should be okay there.
Oh, he was looking to clip an edge, Ben, and just missed the 4. Ball in hand for Fred here. Not a bad position to get ball in hand.
Yeah,
7.
I'm curious to see which path is going to take for the cue ball there. Is he going underneath the 7-10 or in between the 7-8? The thing is, you cut the line of position of the 5, so you need to really be aware of the speed here, and I think it's perfect there. You see, it's going to stop just in front of the line, which is great.
Yeah, the 7's a little bit hampered with where the 10 is, and the 8 looks like it's blocking a pathway to a pocket as well, so Fred will be keenly aware of that situation, and be interesting to see how he navigates this 6 ball. It's quite deep in the pocket.
Yeah, but his position is good, and he might be able to go directly into the 6 and on the long rail, maybe to play the 7-9 combination. I tell you, it's a tricky position there, also because of the 8, and yeah, maybe the 7-9 combination is the biggest area for the cue ball. Oh, he chose to draw directly to try to get a shot on the 7, which is okay.
And just to let our viewers know, over on table 3, we're streaming 4 tables on Pro Billiard TV. It's the other semi-final underway, and that's between the Italian Stefano Di Blasio, a home hopeful, Ben, taking on Matej Brakovic. And Matej's just taken the first rack in their opening set. But we could see an Italian in the final. That would be fantastic for this event.
Yeah, definitely. And a great shot on the 7 from Fred, but he has to now make the 8 and bridging over the 10 ball, which is really hard, especially with the bridge. So that's a tough shot. This is really tricky. And the man we just saw in between the shots was an Italian legend, also a player that was one of the top European players in the 90s, and now he's a coach. It was Bruno Muratore. So I know him a little bit personally. So
I love it when you speak Italian, Ben.
Yeah, he was really a great player, and now he moved as a coach, and I think he went to I think it was to Qatar or to Dubai, I don't know, for a few years to coach. And now he's back in Italy.
Well, as you said, Ben, that was a tough shot to take on for Fred. I felt he only needed to concentrate on the pot, but it was that difficult. He's left Henrik with no offensive option on this 8, unless he wants to consider a bank shot.
Yeah, I think he's going to play kind of two-way shot here, because even if he miss it, he hit it too thin, so that's a problem. Because you want to miss it the pro side, you want to try to make it and give the 8 ball enough speed to get back to the center of the short rail if you don't make it, and he didn't. So I might not be happy with this.
Ooh. Wouldn't have been exactly where Fred wanted the cue ball. I think where the 9 is situated, though, it's still makeable in the side pocket, but it's going to be about controlling the cue ball then. He's having a look of shock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cue ball is going to go back and forth there, and you definitely want to thin the 9 ball and keep the control of it, but it's not easy. Yeah, he did it really nicely. I thought he would stop before, and he kind of get the 50-yard line here. Oh, that's okay. It's going to be okay for the side, though.
Oh, indeed. And in quick fashion, takes a 2-0 lead in this opening set, and this races to 3. He's given Henrik a little mountain to climb in this opening set.
Yeah, and Henrik, I think Henrik is really not happy the way he played that 8 ball, because he had the opportunity to bank it, but more importantly to really be aware of the speed of the 8, and of course he knew that he missed it like badly on the wrong side. So.
Yeah, and still early days for the live stats coming in from our dear colleague Mike Salmon. Thank you very much, sir. But it's all Fred Dinsmore at the moment, as the score would suggest.
Yeah.
And Fred looking to push on here. Made the one off his last break, Ben. Has he got success this time?
Yeah, this is part of the hand racking, which I like. The randomness after the break, and with pretty much the same break on the rack before, he made the one on the side. So the balls is spread up. Everything is quite in the middle of the table, so
yeah, that was a tough opener.
Thin. Yeah.
And he had to play it in that fashion to get the cue ball back over for the 2. Not left Fred anything to attack, but there are, as you mentioned, Ben, a lot of balls center table. That makes traffic for Fred to aim for, to get in the way between the cue ball and the 1 here. A little flick off the 2 may have helped.
Yeah, good shot there. He really tried to play the cue ball in between the 2 and 8. Flicked the 2, but got away with it. Still okay. And this is really not a gimme for Henrik here. So there is a shot. There is a 3-rail kick, but he has to reach the cue ball. Jack up a little bit above the 10.
Yeah, I'm just wondering
Get
if there's an option to come around the 8 as well, perhaps, with getting queuing alongside the 10, but the 1/2 rail looks more obvious.
yeah. Yeah, the thing is, by choosing the one rail kick like this, it was supposed to hit it full in the face, and so you need really more speed to try to separate the balls. And he didn't, so he left an opportunity for Fred to take the first set. But a lot of work to do here again. Maybe he's going to take the 3 ball on the short side. Try to stand follow the 2.
Yeah, I was just
It's
looking
tough.
ahead. I was just looking ahead, Ben, and that 5 ball is in a little tricky spot. There may be an opportunity for Fred to move it after playing this 3. It'll depend where he lands.
Good shot there, but I think he's a little flat on the 3. I don't think he can maneuver something. Maybe the 4 ball passes on the top left. So by just draw back a little bit, as straight as he can on the 3, he would be able to pocket the 4 on the top left and then be able to reach the 5. But this is really tricky. This is touchy. He has to cheat the pocket a little bit just to draw back 30 centimeters, I would say. This is not a gimme because he's going to draw back towards the bottom right. Or he can just play safe also. Let the cue ball behind the 7. See what he elects to do.
Both these players have got a great safety game. But I know Fred likes to go on the attack.
Yeah,
He's done what
this
you
is the shot I was
suggested.
talking about. Yeah.
I like this, Ben, because in playing this 4, he can keep the 1 in a little bit of trouble in case it does hang, but he'll also leave it down this end of the table to maybe take the 5 onto the side or top right corner, top left as we look at the overhead.
Yeah. This is tricky because you need to really be aware of the, like that, in between the 9 and 10. Wow, that's the shot. Wow. This
Shot of the
is
match so far.
unbelievable. Oh, wow. What a shot.
And to play it at dead weight, that will really be a shot across the bow to Henrik, especially being supported with a 2-0 lead in this opening set. You couldn't have placed that cue ball better for the 5 here, Ben.
Oh, yeah. And he has the 6-8 combination on the side also, so not too much to do with the cue ball here, I believe. So for us, Gethin, it's difficult to see what the 6 ball is going to do after the combination, but I think it's going to stay in place.
Yeah, I did feel it was going to track down in that direction. Perhaps following through with the cue ball may have reaped more reward, but he'll certainly have a consideration for the bank shot here. Or is he just going to go safe? He's cut it in.
No, it can go. Yeah. I thought he would play harder to go 3 rails around the 7, but he got perfect on the 7 short side, so...
He's been picking these off very nicely, Ben. Wasn't
Oh,
an
yeah.
easy layout. When I first looked at it, that looked like a couple of problems, and he's had to play a combination and a great position shot to stay in this run out.
Oh, yeah. And also the 2 to the 3 was tricky, and then the shot on the 4 was amazing. So he went through the rack really nicely.
And fully deserved, Ben. He
Wow.
takes this opening. Yeah, he takes this opening set in style, and Well, he's going to ask a few questions of his Swedish compatriot there. And I believe they've just both agreed no timeout, straight into the second. So, or did they? Maybe I've misunderstood that.
Yeah, I don't know. At first glance, I thought they wouldn't take time out, but maybe Fred needed.
Well, just to keep our viewers updated on the other semi-final, it's still 1-0 to Matej Brakovic in the opening set there. And, well, they're running along here on this match. I would suggest, Ben, that they are taking, or rather, Fred's just taking a quick timeout. We'll take a short timeout with them and have a little look at the scores across on the other tables. And we'll be back with you very shortly for more action in the beginning of this second set.
And we are back at it, guys, with the stats of this first set going to Fred Dinsmore. An impressed 862 player overall performance, which is really a high standard for this semi-final first set.
Indeed, and aside of Henrik winning the lag and getting the first break, it has really been all Freddie so far, and he's back to the table with the break to get the second set underway, Ben, and at the moment it's looking like the Freddie show. What can Henrik do to get his teeth back into this?
Yeah, actually, he didn't do much wrong, especially on the last game where he missed that tough one ball as an opener, the cut, and then Fred was running flawlessly from there on, taking the last track of the set. So, yeah, he really has to get his mind into the second set if he wants to take it to a decider.
Yeah, one thing to note with the experience that both these players have, especially Henrik, he'll have been in this position before, won't be daunted by the challenge ahead. Getting an early rack on the board will certainly help, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. The break was good from Fred, but it was dry, and he had a fairly easy open shot on the one that can really make him settle down into this rack, and you know, you just need sometimes a couple of balls to get into the match, to get back into the match. So I really love his timing. If you can concentrate on his cue action, it's really powerful. You know, the timing he has on the last backswing is really nice.
No, indeed. It would have been interesting to see if he has picked up a snooker cue as well, because he does have wonderful cueing. I can imagine he'd give Fred a run for his money on the snooker table, although, as you mentioned, Fred being a world champion in both snooker and pool. But you do feel once he gets his momentum going, Larsen can really put the gear down. He's opened up this run out really well as well, Ben.
Yeah, he has a nice angle on the 6 to get dead straight on the 7 for the 8. So yeah, he's in good position to run this rack and get back into that match.
No, and he didn't leave the arena during the timeout either. So clearly having time to think about how he wanted to approach this, and clearly with Fred getting the break was looking for any opportunity. And this, well, what a way to take that first opportunity.
Oh, I think he didn't want to do that. I think he really wanted to stop the cue ball before that to get an angle, because now he's in trouble. He's dead straight on the 8 ball, and he might have to take the 9 ball short side. Oh, he's following 2 rails. Oh, this is tricky. This is really not easy. Good shot, but yeah.
That was the danger, Ben. Catching the corner jaw so flat.
Yeah, he did that because he really didn't want to take the 9 ball short side, which I can understand because it's tough. So now I don't know if he's able to play the bank or to kick at it from behind, which could also be a solution.
Yeah, I like that second option of yours, Ben. He could play it as a sort of two-way as well. If he can hit low side off the rail on the 9, the cue ball could track towards the 10 ball, and the 9 may track towards that side pocket, so maybe some value in that, but it all depends if he can see the 9 or not.
Yeah, he called it on the side, but I don't know if it's rail first or if he's gonna bank it. I think it's rail first, but the speed is crucial. Yeah, this is good. Good shot.
Yeah, that's really good. And that's what you were saying earlier, Ben, about playing it hard enough to come back out across the table into a safer zone. This is a tough one for Fred. He may feel a bank shot needs to be called here.
Yeah, the thing is, if you bank straight back this one, you need to put it some speed because you want the cue ball to come back for the 10. And that was a big shot. I like actually the containing he just played. This is dangerous because the 9 ball is going to track towards the side pocket. But if it stops just before or just after the side pocket, then your opponent cannot bank it. So you don't leave a bank or an offensive shot. So this is actually a really great shot he just played.
Yeah, I think the 9 has rested up against the rail as well, which makes it even trickier.
Yeah, good shot there from Henrik. We have a good safety battle there, 3 shots in a row. This is really clever. Now the thing is he can bank straight back the 9 to the other short rail and stop the cue ball into the 10, but there is a risk to make the 10. Well, not really. No, that's a good shot. This is a good shot. Yeah.
He was listening to you, Ben. that's exactly what you had in mind.
And now Henrik has the same shot. Like he can go with a little bit of inside English and try to bank the 9 ball to the other shot rail again.
I believe he called the bottom right. Look at this.
Yeah. Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great shot from Henrik there.
Got a nod of appreciation from Fred as well. He'd be impressed with that.
Yeah. This is a cut. I tell you what, it's not easy. You really want to control the cue ball also on the way back to avoid the scratch. Yeah, this is good. Nice.
And that will be Henrik's first point on the board. Key time to do it in the opening rack for our second set. And he's off to the races, and he'll be keen to put this one to bed and take us to a deciding set. Just a little update over on our other semi-final over on table 3. Well, Matej Brakovic has extended his lead. He's 2-0 up in that opening set against a home hopeful Stefano Di Blasio. And we also have the losers round 3 of the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's 10-Ball World Championships underway at the same time. Over on table 1, Silviana Liu is taking on the defending champ Cesca Centino. And on table 4, So Soa taking on Han Yu. 2 monster matches there in the women's event. Back to Henrik to break, leading 1-0 in this second set. A must-win set for him. Breaking from the side.
Yeah, and I have to say that the start of that second set is really mind-blowing. I mean, we just witnessed a world-class safety battle, and at first glance we thought that Henrik would run the first rack, and then misjudged a little bit the shape from the 7 to the 8. It was forced to play to enter the safety battle, which he finally won by banking straight back the 9. So. Yeah, this is high-level pool, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure the stats will reflect it as well. He's been unfortunate here, Ben. The way that one ball has landed. If anything, maybe a thin edge that he can see, but he may need to consider playing the push shot here.
Yeah, this is the kind of situation where you want to look how you can tie up 2 balls, for example, but here it's very difficult. He's really forced to push out and let a small opener for his opponent here. And Fred has the cut, I believe. But the thing is, I think he wants to overcut this to play a safety shot there, bring the cue ball back to where the 4 ball is. Or if he can get cover behind the 8, it will be also great. I think he's going for the 1, though. Yeah, that's the...
Oh. Wasn't far away at all.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
As you can see, he would have had shape on the 2 as well into the side pocket. That was a great shot.
Yeah. I think this is the kind of shot where you... Oh, I'm sorry, Gethin, but this is the kind of shot where you really want to go for it 100%, just like he did, but then it's a do or die shot, or to go for the overcut and try to get cover behind the 8 and protecting the 1. This is the kind of decision you need to make clearly in your mind before you go for the shot. You cannot play kind of two-way shot on this type of position.
Oh, that little flick off the 6 helped. Another friendly bounce on the 10. He's played that well. He gave it enough power to ensure the cue ball had every chance of coming back up. And dare I say, you couldn't finish better on the blue too.
Yeah. A small draw would be ideal. Back to where he is now. Yeah, like that. Perfect angle on the 4 to reach the 6. Didn't let the stroke out here. And because the cue ball was supposed to track towards the 9 and go, the 7, excuse me, and go all over the table to reach the short rail, but didn't let it go.
Well, he may be able to follow through on this 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the 7 ball. So that my mistake.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I was with you to start with, and then I just noticed from the other camera angle, it did look a bit conspicuous down there.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the 5 ball, and it was in good. It was in good shape. It just missed it, but it was in good shape. I thought he had to go from the 4 to the 6. So
Yeah.
and okay, my mistake.
No, and that was the 6 that Henrik pushed down onto the short rail with his push-out shot. So let's see. Freddie with the extension has played that well. He's got to move the cue ball a bit to get down for the 8, though. Wanted to ensure he's got an angle. Has he? He looks like he can.
Yeah, he has a slight angle, so he might have to stun this instead of rolling it. If the cue ball was frozen to the rail, then the angle would be more natural to go to the 8. But he still has an angle and really has to force it a little bit with a touch of right. Yeah, like that.
Oh, he's judged that well. Well, he's sat in his chair watching Henrik run, well, for fun in this second set. He really looked like he'd come out determined not to let Fred get the same start as he did in the first set. This is an opportunity just for Fred to snuff out that flame.
Decide to take a longer shot on the 9. There he has the angle to only concentrate on making the shot. I don't know if the cue ball is gonna, if he rolls this in, the cue ball is gonna track towards the corner pocket, so maybe we'll let the stroke out. I don't know. Cue ball is gonna go near the corner. Yeah, like that. Good shot. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, of course. But the thing is, if he would have played this shot a little bit harder than this, then the curve of the cue ball after the impact would have led the cue ball probably more towards the top left. So I think actually he played the right speed there. Of course, you have to take a longer 10, but
It's a big 10 ball in the scheme of this second set, you have to say, Ben. This could be a sellout to put Henrik on the hill, and this to keep this second set interesting at 1 apiece. So,
wow.
Never in doubt.
Yeah, good shot. Good stroke. You can see how he put his cue under his right high dominant, and he really entered that cue ball really with a good acceleration and English, making that 10 ball clear into the pocket.
Yeah, and Larsen would have been itching to take a 2-0 lead at that point. Fred will be very happy. As we just bring up the live statistics, I'll bring you an update from our other semi-final over on table 3. Mate Brekovic has taken the opening set against Stefano de Blasio. They're kicking off their second set now over on table 3, one of our 4 stream tables on Pro Billiard TV. If you are enjoying the stream, please do like, share and subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date with all the events underway here in Rome, please do visit probilliardseries.com. You'll get links to those events I've mentioned and also future events coming up. We've got Vietnam and further afield in the diary for this year. Fred, back to the table.
And this summer, Italy is the star because we have the Pro Billiard Series here in Rome now, and in a couple of weeks we will have the Predator Euro Tour in Treviso, just like a few kilometers away from Venice. So
yeah, one my wife keeps wanting me to go to and joining me. You go play pool while I go visit Venice. What a beautiful location.
Yeah, it's been so many years that they held a Euro Tour, the Predator Euro Tour in Treviso, and I really love the place, so I'll be there.
Excellent. Yes, we have a nice gang that come from Amsterdam down every year. They really do like the journey down to Treviso in their time there. And the Euro Tour becoming more and more popular, as is the sport generally. And this, now a little cut on the blue too, but Henrik finds himself at the table with opportunity again.
Yeah, but I think it's really thin cut. He'll probably lose the cue ball there, so I think he would elect to play safe there. Yeah. Oops. That was a good smart shot, but...
Oh. Yeah, he needed to avoid making contact with the 4 there. And a smile from Henrik. He'll be disappointed, though, because he did have a good opportunity to put Fred in a pickle. But now, a good look at this 2 and where the 3 ball's situated. Fred's going to be making a beeline for position on the 4.
Yeah, and everything is pretty much connected. If the 4 ball does pass the 9 in the side, then you just have to follow a little bit to get to the 5 and then stop shot for the 6 and for the 7. Oh, I think it didn't pass the 9, so we elected to play it in the corner, which is fine. Now we need a little bit of a bump on the 9, or maybe roll the 4 to avoid the 9 and get to the 5. It starts to see from there what kind of angle he has, but should be okay. Oh, we can do that, so that's perfect. Yeah, this is really nice. Good stroke.
Yeah, nicely done. And doesn't need to do much with the cue ball from this 5 ball.
Yeah.
This now developing into a great opportunity for Fred.
Yeah, and the thing is, here, you really want to be perfect on the 7 to get to the 8, because 8, 9, 10 are connected. So you really want to be dead straight on the 7 to go stop shot, stop shot, stop shot. Yeah, this is exactly what is checking at the moment. Yeah, it should be okay. It went a little bit too far, but he really he had a slightly wrong angle on the 6, so he didn't want to do some traveling with the cue ball, and I think he's right. Yeah, this is good.
Very good. And he's just going to be reaching a bit over the corner of the table.
Yeah, maybe the cue extension to reach this. It's really not easy to stretch so far from the cue ball, but yeah, it's taking its time, taking the extension. Go and watch the line of the 9. You definitely want to be a little bit above the line to get down for the 10. So, yeah, he's taking his time carefully, which is a good sign of mental clarity and that his nerve are not too high.
He doesn't hide anything from his facial expressions, Ben. Watch
Yeah.
that 8 wriggle its way in, but he'll be happy.
Yeah, pressure is always high in rotation games for everybody.
And another very handy clearance from Fred. He made some crucial pots and clearances in the opening set to take that quite comfortably. And Larsen has come from the timeout meaning business, and this could be very useful for him here to put his neck back out in the lead in the second set.
Yeah, he only has 10 seconds because he already took his extension, so that's okay. Yeah, it shows emotion, but it's good for the viewers to see that it's really tough for everybody. I mean, and you can handle the pressure, you can keep your nerves, but it's still really tough to perform under pressure like this. And I always say this, and I'm going to say this again. It's really easy when you are in the booth or in the audience, but when you're battling in the arena, it's a totally different story. And you can trust me.
You've got the wounds to prove it.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a different story, and you don't realize it until you get your feet into the arena for a match.
While we talk about our viewers at home, if you're interested in when the final will take place, it will be later today. It's 11 a.m. in the morning here local time, and the winner of this match will be returning at 6:30 p.m. tonight for the Wheelchair Open final, brought to you by Predator. So a good bit of time for the winner of this match to take a rest and break and compose. Good power again, Ben, but nothing dropping.
And an open shot on the 1 for Henrik, but I don't think the 2-5 combination is on. Still, the 2 ball does pass in the top left, but it looks like he's a little bit straight in on the 1, so maybe if he can stun draw this and avoid the 3-10, he could go for the shot on the 2 ball in the top left. But it's tricky because you want to stand a little bit over and draw at the same time to avoid the 3-10, and it's not easy. You can also follow this, avoiding the 9, going to the long rail and back for the 2. I think he's going to elect to do this. I think this is easier. Yeah, good shot. Ooh, wow.
Just run on. That's tough. And that's a bit of a pickle now.
Yeah. Now it's really difficult to reach for Henrik. Yeah, he has to go this way, one rear, to try to hit the 2, but it's really difficult. Use the bridge like this. Above 2 balls.
And with enough power to make a rail afterwards.
Yeah. Nice view from our production here. Oh, good shot. Good shot. 5 ball made a rail, so this is a legal shot. He left an open shot on the 2 though, but that was really a good hit from Henrik with the bridge.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Fred's thinking here. Don't think he can run into the 10. He's going to come off the short rail.
Oh, that's perfect. This
Yeah,
is
nice.
really, yeah, amazing. Now, the thing is, the layout is tough, because if he's straight in on the 3, then he can't really get to the 4 unless he can take the cut. Ah, that's a good shot. This is really a good shot. He doesn't want Henrik to go back into the match. This is really clever from Fred to put pressure on him.
Yeah, I will allude back to Fred's previous match where I saw him do this to great effect, locking up his opponent. It was the American Brett Clifton, who was also playing really well. That went all the way to a 3rd set. But Fred's safety play really did put himself out in front in that match.
Oh, good shot there.
Couldn't play that much better. Left the
Yeah.
3 trouble.
He really used the right English and the speed to open up his kick shot enough to get to the 3. This is knowledge and experience. I tried to hide behind the 6, but it rolls a little bit too much, leaving an open shot to Henrik, but still the 4 ball is locked and he has the wrong angle on the 3 to reach the 4, so this is a tough shot for Henrik.
Yeah, and I'm just looking to see if there's an obvious safe to play off the 4. There isn't, so...
Yeah, it's gonna go all in, I believe. Yeah, good shot. This is great, but not rewarded. But this is really a great stroke from Henrik there.
Yeah, that's 2 times now that cue ball's just misbehaved. Did look like he had the perfect line to come back above the 4, but just ran out of steam. You know, in the scheme of this match, Ben, and the high quality play, it's really only sort of incidents and situations like this that you can separate the 2, to be fair.
Yeah, Henrik found himself in a couple of tough situations and he handled them pretty good, but the outcome just wasn't there. And now this is the key shot, Gethin, because it's a tough cut shot, but if he makes it, he's guaranteed to get position on the 5. So is he gonna go for it? I don't know. 'Cause this is really a thin cut. Yeah, he went for it, but that was tough.
Yeah, it was. I did feel there was a good chance that he could bring the cue ball back along to this long rail and maybe leave the 5 hampering it if it hung. But he did go full-blooded. And now,
Yeah.
I have to say, this is the opportunity Larsen needs to take.
Yeah, but still, the position of the 5 ball is really not a gimme, and it doesn't have much angle on the 4 to reach the 5. So maybe with a little bit of inside and high ball, he can only get straight in on the 5, which is not easy. So he might stun 2 rails this one, like with a big stroke. Yeah, I like that. But the thing is, doing it with the bridge is really hard to, to stay down on the shot and sending the power, transfer the power into the cue ball. So he missed it.
Yeah, it did drop in the opposite corner pocket, and the cue ball's not travelled down past the halfway point. This is now a thin cut on the 5.
Or he might even, yeah, going 3 rails here.
How's the
Oh,
bounce?
this is a good shot. Wow. He's really nicely deep in his match, playing some tough shots with touchy speeds and yeah. Wow, that was also touchy to roll such a cut shot on the 6 in that pocket. He really stayed focused and still on this shot. Makes a big difference.
Yeah, and he needed to hold a good angle on this 7. It's just run out of steam a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Let's not get it all his own way, but still a match-winning opportunity for him here.
Yeah, he knows that by making the 8, the cue ball is going to track towards the 9. And this is the type of situation where it's tough to judge exactly the path of the cue ball. So you need to use the right speed. And I'm pretty sure he knows it.
I wouldn't say saved by the bell, but he just had enough time after he heard the first beep of the shot clock to call his extension.
Yeah. He actually changed his mind. I think he wanted to play his cue extension, but then he finally took the bridge. Maybe he's more comfortable with it. Oh, hit it too thick. And you see that the cue ball went into the 9, so we hit it too thick. So if he would have made it, then it would have been okay to avoid the 9 and get straight on the long rail. But
he's pushed the 9 against the rail. I wonder if that will be any cause for concern for Henry.
yeah, you really need to be as close as you can of the 9. Yeah, good shot.
Nice.
This is really good. Just have to roll it to get the 10 on the side.
This 10 ball for 2-2 and to keep his match hopes alive. And he does indeed. Henrik Larsson brings the scoreline back to 2-2. Must-win situation for him now, as friend Dinsmore has a 1-set advantage. Best of 3 sets. And have a little look at the live statistics as they're coming in. Wow. Not much to pick between them in the offense department, aside from the number of balls potted. But top-class stuff from both players. And, well, Ben, Henrik's got a chance. He's kept his match hopes alive. He returns to the table with the break. It's got to happen now.
Definitely. And you can see on the stats, not so many misses, only 1 foul to each player in 2 sets. I mean, this is high quality pool from these gentlemen.
Yeah. Have to note some of Henrik's escapes. He's played some very well judged shots coming off the rail with side spin, and yeah, That's really the testament to his statistics there on only giving away one foul.
Good
Five's
break
dropped.
there. Yeah. One ball in the break, open shot on the one. What else can you expect? Big opportunity here for Henrik.
Yeah, if he's straight on the one, he would probably like to draw back for the blue too, but it's quite close to the rail there. He would have to jack up.
Yeah, the 9 ball is a big ball there, because considering the position of the 3, you really want to get the perfect angle on the 2, and I don't know if it's possible from there. So yeah, if he can be straight in on the 2, that would be perfect. But oh yeah, that's a great shot there from Henrik. He could even now go 3 rails on the 2 to reach the 3, to stun it. But it's kind of the same shot he had on the 4 in the previous game. It's really tough because you need a lot of power to stun over to the bottom left, going 2 rails in the corner and go all the way in the diagonal to reach the 3. Yeah, like that. Wow, this is really great. Believe me, to do this with a bridge is really not easy.
No, not at all. He did make it look easy. Better control of cue ball. He had a couple of lapses with his cue ball in the last rack. Now, should be able to bring the cue ball along the side of the 8 to leave this 4.
Yeah, this is where the new ball, new cloth, the slidey conditions tells you to jack up a little bit and go only 1 rail and not follow 2 rails. Yeah. Actually, he lost a little bit of the cue ball there, but he didn't want to jack up a little bit. He preferred to take a longer shot on the 4 because the 6 is hanging. This is experience from Henrik there. But this is a tough shot getting. This is a long, tough shot. Oh, great. This is great. Wow. This is controlled.
Well, you don't become a 6-time world champion without making balls like that. And I've got a feeling he's held that cue ball for the 6 as well. He may need to put a little bit of juice on this to pop over for the 7.
Yeah, good shot. Stand over.
And after the way that Henrik came off the timeout from the first set, Ben, I fully expected, and I believe it would be deserved for this match to go to a 3rd deciding set. Fred had his chance.
Yeah, and I think he fully took it. Like he really tried 100% to win in straight set, but opportunity for the opportunity now is for Henrik to tie up the match. So they are both grinding, and it's actually a high class level match that we're having now.
Yeah, there's been a lot more offense. I think both players came into this knowing that they really needed to take it to their opponent rather than let the match come to them. And we really have witnessed that play out in front of us. We have seen some wonderful exchanges of safeties, but I have to say their play in open play has been really the difference for me. This to take us to a deciding set. And he has done. He'll be delighted with that. It was a tough second set for him, with his opponent having an opportunity to take the match, but it wasn't to be. Henrik Larsson takes the second set, 3-2, and we will be going to a third and deciding set. And a little word from Henrik with the referee would suggest both players are going to take this opportunity to just throw a bit of cold water on their faces. And myself, Gethin Davis, and Benjamin Belhassan, my dear colleague, we'll just take a short moment to refresh, and we'll leave you with the live statistics for this match and a little update. Well, they're still in the opening rack of their second set over in our other semi-final between Stefano de Blasio and Matej Brakovic. Matej taking the opening set in that semi-final. But we'll be back very shortly for more action and the start of our third set. Don't go anywhere.
And we are back at it, guys, with the third and deciding set. I'm Benjamin Belhassan and my dear colleague Gethin Davis. Let's back at it. And I was checking the stats during the timeout, and both players are way over 700 of playable performance. So this is pretty crazy. Only one foul each and only 4 miss balls in 2 sets, which is pretty crazy, I have to say.
Yeah, I agree, Ben. And that's their overall POP for the first set. Fred was deep in the 800s, and in response, Henrik was likewise deep in the 800s from the second set performance, and this is really putting this on a nice edge. I have to say, Fred has been making the pots, making the clearances, and probably showing the more confidence and gusto, but Henrik just has that level of quality that can shine at will, so I'm not going to pick a winner here, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this is good analysis from you. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. I had the feeling that Fred was a bit more into the match, but the more experienced player, yeah, I think definitely Henrik can shine anytime. So yeah, I'm not gonna pick a winner either. And remember, guys, if the score is 2-2 in the last set, we will go to a shootout. So we'll explain you the rules later on if this happens.
Yeah, we've had certainly one that I've caught on the Pro Billiard TV stream here in Rome in the doubles matchup. But you're quite right. I'm always a bit nervous to mention that fact too early in case I would tempt fate. But that's a lovely shot by Henrik there. Good control of the cube.
Very thin hit, very tough to judge. Good shot. I'm really impressed also by the level of play in terms of safety battles and strategy. It's really impressive. Fred is going for the jump shot there. He had good chances to hit it because the 2 ball is a big ball, but close to the pocket, he can make it. Oh wow!
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. What a jump shot! Pots the 2 cleanly, but you cannot bank on where the cue ball is going to go, and it's dropped in the right corner pocket down here at the bottom of the screen. And well, those can be the moments that can turn these matches. And ball in hand now to Henrik.
Yeah. Good shot there, maintaining a good angle on the 4 to effortlessly go to the 5. With a little bit of inside English to be off the rail for the 5.
Yeah, and if he can finish quite straight on the 6, he may not need to do too much with the cue ball to hold for the 7 in the side, but that's only because I don't believe either of the bottom corner pockets are available for it. May pass the 10.
I think he chose to have that angle on the 6 because he really wanted to be straight on the 7. Yeah, effortlessly. This is great. This is experience also. He knows that he has to be at least straight in on the 7. But he will have to take a longer 8 for sure, so that's part of the game sometimes. A good shot there.
Yeah, push the cue ball over the line so he has a little angle to work with. And this is how he started the second set.
Good shot. See that timing? When he really accelerates into the ball, you feel like he can't miss it. This is powerful stuff technically.
Well, he took the opening rack in our second set, and Fred was able to respond. He still carried on to win that set, Henrik, but he is looking very much in his flow now. And he'll be looking not to give Fred another look in here. And does. First rack on the board for Henrik in this third deciding set. And Fred, well, just relaxing his neck by the looks of it, but he's been here before in the second set, and he fought back and put himself in a good position to take it. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to. And as the statistics come up, as we mentioned, both players peaking in the 800s in their sets that they won. And already in the third set, Henrik over 800, sat at 811. I do like the statistics, Ben. Gives a real good representation on how the game's been played. Sometimes doesn't reflect the score, but that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah. They really both have great breaks, like good impact, good spread into the rack, but Henrik came up dry this time, leaving a good opportunity open for the 1, 2, 3 to start the run for Fred. Could be interesting. Nice layout.
I agree, Ben. Good spread of the balls. Was very unfortunate not to make a ball off that break. That does leave Fred with a good look here. He may be running into trouble with the 5 ball after this blue 2.
Yeah, he has a wrong angle on the 1 and decided to take a tough angle on the 2 to get to the 3. And you're right, the 5 ball is on the way. So see what he elects to do here. What could be ideal is to reach the high side of the 5 to try to get to the 3, because the 3 is available on both sides.
Fred was just having a little word with the ref there. I'm not too sure if he's comfortable. He's been moving his neck around a little bit. Just wondering if he's got a bit of cramp.
Still okay.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go into that with a little bit more oomph. But he's played this particularly, so be interesting to see what he's got up his sleeve here.
Could just use the I was gonna say the 4 and 5. He had two ways to play this shot. This one, what he just played, was great. Or try to use the two blockers, the 4 and 5, and sending the 3 ball towards the 6 and 7. That's a good shot. He got a little bit of a roll because he only had the 9 to cover, but he did it. Good shot there.
Yeah, it was a good hit. And I don't believe he's left the potting angle for Fred. And after you picking up on it in the statistics, both of these players not giving away fouls, making some great escapes. And that also nicely done. Putting Henrik in trouble again. Don't think he can pass down this side of the 5. He's having a little look at it. Ooh, he could, Ben, but that's an unfortunate result from that shot. He's going to have to do something special with the cue ball to get shape for the 4. I believe if he draws from this 3, he's going to get into the open, so... Wasn't going to get it into the open, but how do you like that? Maybe on the 50-yard line somewhat. But he's got a good look at this 4. He's played a good safe before bringing the cue ball up to the 5. If he doesn't feel it's on, or if the scratch is on off the potting angle, he may elect to go safe here. I think he fancies it. And that's what he's been doing so far today. He does have an angle to work with here to bring the cue ball 2 rails for the 6. That's gone wrong. He's missed it by a bit. Possibly down to focusing on needing to get position on this 6. But that will bring Henrik back to the table. That 5 ball misbehaving for Henrik as well.
Yeah, a little bit of a rush here from Henrik. I felt he had the right angle from the 5 to the 6, but he rushed it a little bit. Big shot there. He can't really bridge it properly. He has to pay attention to the 10. Oh, good shot.
Yeah, that was an awkward bridge, and to maintain draw on that cue ball gives him every opportunity of attacking this 6. May be running into the 7. May be able to avoid it.
Yeah, I try to put a lot of inside on it to get the right line of the 7, which makes the shot a lot more difficult, because the inside really grab on the ball and then you are likely to miss it too thick. It's just what happened. It was a good effort from Fred, but it's always tough to pocket a ball with a lot of inside and soft speed.
Yeah, Henrik keeping the cue ball on the cushion, giving the biggest possible angle on this 7 that he could have got.
Yeah, depending on the angle he has on the 7, he can draw straight back towards the 9 or go 3 rails around. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, 2 stop shots here. Maybe just dragging the cue ball back a little bit from this 8, but in good position here to get on the hill first in this deciding set. What a recovery from that opening set result. But like we kept alluding to, Ben, this world-class player, Henrik Larsson, will always count himself in a match no matter what the scoreline is.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was never going to give it up.
And a little look over at Fred from Henrik. They're just having a little chat. I'm not too sure if Fred's comfortable or if he's misheard something. But Henrik straight away looking over to see what the concern was. We may find a little bit more about that later, but just to bring you up to date with the other scores, over on our other semi-final on table 3, after taking the opening set, Matej Brakovic is tied up at 1 apiece in the second set against a home hopeful Stefano de Blasio. And we also have matches from our Banca del Fucino WPA Women's World 10-ball Championships underway. It's the losers round 3 matchups, and I'm just having a little look to see if we've got some updates on the scores there. Over on table 1, it's Silviana Liu taking on Cesca Centino. Well, Cesca's already taken that match in straight sets, and I'm just having a little look. We do have another result in from that losers round 3. That's Wan Ling Wan has taken a 2-0 win over Brianna Miller. All those players booking their place in the losers qualification. And I would suggest, Ben, that the players just taking a break.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but we saw Fred Dinsmore talk to the ref, and it looked like he didn't feel great. So maybe he asked for a second timeout. I know that, for example, in Euro Tours, when a player have some kind of a medical issue or something, he can get a second timeout during his match. So
Well,
maybe it's the same in this.
It does give me an opportunity just to bring a few updates to our viewers. As I mentioned, we have 4 tables streamed at the moment, although the match over on table 1 has already concluded. Over on table 4, it's another losers round 3 matchup between Soa and Han Yu. A big battle in my book. Han Yu taking the opening set, and they are locked at 2 apiece in the second. And a few other highlights for you. It's 1 set apiece between Xin Yu Hong and Chia Chao. Christine Zlateva locked at 1 set apiece with Halin Lee from South Korea. And one of the young hopefuls to watch out for, Rachel Emfroy. She trails 1-0 against the Argentinian Soledad Ayala, but they are at 2 apiece in their second set. And 2 remaining scores updates. It's 1 set apiece between Meng Xiaheng and Zhang Muyan. And Zhang is 2-0 up in the third deciding set. And the remaining match, Samiya Konichi of Japan, is 3-0 up in the second set against Mai Tai, Maria Teresa Ropero Garcia. And she's also leading the Japanese player 1-0 in sets. I'm pretty impressed with these statistics, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we are witnessing a top-class match here between 2 greats of the game. Hopefully, Fred will recover and be back in the arena with Henrik. Just taking a timeout. You mentioned Rachel. I'm going to talk about her a little bit because she's French, so I'm a little bit proud of her. But yeah, she's only 15 years old, and she's already a 2-time European champion in the girls category, and she's battling regularly in Euro Tour women. So yeah, I hope she'll put the work in, and because she could definitely be one of the best, but it's going to take some times and effort.
I got to see her in Slovenia. I think we mentioned this before, Ben, and her stroke is unbelievable. It's so solid, and the timing is great, and she has big things ahead of her, I'm sure. Just also want to let our viewers know, coming up later today, up next at 12:30 local time, that's 45 minutes from now, we're going to have more action from the women's event. And that will be a losers qualification matchup. Players looking for a place in the last 16. And then following on from that at 4 p.m, we will continue our Fujifilm women's doubles showdown action. Quarterfinals there. And then at 6:30 this afternoon, stroke evening, we will have the final of the Predator Wheelchair Open. And yes, indeed, Fred is back. And the players just acknowledging each other. But the scoreline, more reflectively, 2-0 in this deciding set in favour of Henrik Larsson, and he's at the table to break. Let's hope that whatever was bothering Fred has been done. We don't want that to affect the play in this match.
Yeah, and you could see the determination of Henrik in his eyes, but he didn't give up. He lost the first set like 3-0, but we said it before. We felt that it wasn't his match, and it was just that Fred played flawless pool and awesome safeties and run-outs, so he just got back into it.
Yeah, early signs were that Fred wasn't going to give Henrik a look in. He, as you mentioned, with grit and determination, fought his way through that second set, and he's dominating so far from the scoreline in this third. And Fred's having a look at how he gets to this one ball. He could play a push if he wanted to. Yeah, push out called. And that's left a tempter for Henrik. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, but the thing is, Henrik has to consider the position of the position of the two. Sorry, so taking this to try to get a shot on the two is, I tell you what, I might think about giving it back, because there is not much to do with the safety play here, and even if you make the one, then you probably won't have a shot. So yeah, this is a good push out actually, because you can't really make a good decision out of it. And yeah, that's why I would have probably give it back to Fred myself.
It's interesting to hear your thought process on that. And for me, I'm looking at the 2, and there's not really much to be gained from attacking at this point. However, if Fred can see a good safety from it, he may look to play position from this 1 for that, although he may have something else up his sleeve. Good safe options here. A lot of traffic at the bottom of the table here.
Yeah, if you could just put the cue ball in the middle of the short rail. Oh, he goes for the bank. This is great.
Makes the bank, and from that camera angle, he's got to look at this 3 in the side pocket.
Yeah, I don't know if the 4 is available on the side too.
He still doesn't look comfortable out there, I'll be honest with you, Ben. Raising his head up and down. He's still potting balls. What a sportsman.
Yeah, the thing is, you know, there is a lot of tension in those matches, and this is a big scene for the guys to show up, and this is a semi-final, and the tension is high, and the nerves also, and maybe that's what bothers Fred.
Yeah, and there's a big uplift in the prize money as well. Big pot available in the Predator Wheelchair Open. Great to see good money coming into the game, and to get into the final will guarantee you $5,000, the champion picking up $10,000. So if there was ever any extra pressure to add on to these players, that would be it. For a nice little payday.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm talking about tension, because as you mentioned, Fred looks like he has problem with his neck, but this is only muscular tension due to the pressure, I believe.
He's navigated that nicely. Cue ball's just overrun a little.
Yeah, good shot from Henrik there, but he wanted to get behind the 8. The shot is good because he protected the 5 the right way, but he definitely wanted to get the 10 or the 8 cover, because now Fred has the bank. That's the problem of this kind of safeties. And he called it. Missed it by a hair.
Yeah, queuing's going to be difficult for Henrik here. A lot of traffic in front of the cue ball. And I was talking about the prize money. Rome, or rather here in Rome, it's an interesting Pro Billiard Series event. We've got an all-women's event and women's doubles event, and the wheelchair. Just shows how the divisions are coming up. And with the money that Predator are able to put into it, we're getting gifted with some fantastic battles out here. And I have to say, Ben, one interesting thing I found was on the PBS social media page. Luke Riches put in a beautiful interview with the Predator Group CEO, Karim Belhaj, and he just gave an indication as to where he sees the future of the Pro Billiard Series and the sport. And I would recommend, if and after the match anyone gets the opportunity to pick up that interview. It's very interesting insight into how the heads of the industry are looking at the game. And I have to say, we're being greeted with some, like I said, great battles, this being one of them, but every day there's been some top matchups here.
Yeah, I think he's a leader, and he knows the industry for like more than 30 years now. And he has a vision.
Yeah, and what a vision it is, and I wish all the success to him. Bringing it back to the match, Henry took on that difficult draw shot, wasn't far away from making it, was able to put a lot of power into that cue ball, and I'm not too sure if it's left the potting angle here for Fred.
Yeah, this is tough. This is long, and in addition, you have the danger to scratch if you want to go for it. But at the same time, if you overcut it, then you would play safe. It's tough to judge what kind of angle he has here. But yeah, I'm thinking about taking the cut here, because whatever happens, you're gonna cross between the two balls. The better would be to miss it too thin, to overcut it, but oh, he tries to bank it. Oh, he's made it.
So that wasn't the one he
Probably,
called.
yeah, but I don't know if now due to the 10 ball rules, Henrik has the choice to let him play again, because he pocketed the 7 ball in the wrong pocket. So, yeah.
Well, Fred does have good options for cover with the 10 ball there.
Yeah, but this is tough because you really have to kill the cue ball, and in such a long distance from the 8, it's really tough to judge. And I would say that Henrik took the right decision by giving it back to Fred, because it's a tough spot. Oh wow, I don't know if he called it.
Well, I think he did, because he's staying at the table. Again, he's not looking completely comfortable, but what a bank shot, and he's got a good look at this 9.
Yeah. This is also tough to get back to the 10. You can follow or draw, you have the choice. Oh wow, what a stroke. This is really tough to do, guys.
And for someone who's not feeling as comfortable as he normally does at the table, what a shot to pull out of the bag. These are must-win racks for him now, and he will, if he is successful in winning the next 2, take us to that shootout situation. That's all he can hope for here. This 10 ball will be a step in the right direction. Big exhale from Freddie. He did do it. The scoreline back to 2-1. And he will return to the table with the break. And just having a little look out over at our other semi-final. And a bit of good news for our home fans. Stefano Di Blasio is 2-1 up in the second set there against Matej Brakovic. Finds himself on the hill. But he is trailing 1-0, so it is a must-win set for the Italian. And we'll bring up the statistics as they are panning out in this third set. Both players in the 600s, probably indicative of the pressure that you indicated, Ben.
Oh yeah, now it's the money time, Gethin. We only we only 1 game away from a shootout. So this is pretty big. This is a pretty big rack, right?
Absolutely. And Fred persisting from the center of the table. I would dare say Henrik's getting better success breaking from the side. Looking for a ball to drop here. The 9 ball, did it? No. But the 1 ball resting up against the long rail narrows Henrik's options here. And most of the balls down the bottom half of the table. That will be the traffic he'd need to get the cue ball or object ball to if he wants to find traffic in between, but
Yeah, I don't think he sees the 1 ball, and he called the push out. So he's just thinking on where to push. He's going to put the 2 ball in an awkward position. Difficult, I believe, for Fred to reach, even with an open shot on the 1.
yeah, Fred had a good look at that 2 ball. I don't believe it passes the 9. So he's looking to play safe from this 1 ball. Cue ball's found a lovely gap to come through. It hasn't slowed down at all.
Yeah, but still, it still has a long diagonal straight-in shot on the 1, and the 2 ball is on the other side of the table, so I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, when you have straight-in shots like this, you have the risk of the kiss if he wants to cross-corner this one to play safe. You have the risk of the kiss, but you avoid it nicely.
Yeah, and that cue ball's avoided that cluster of the 3, 5, 6 twice now. So that's still something for the players to consider. This is a very thin cut to take on. However, as you mentioned, where the 2 ball is, Ben, there's every chance of that cue ball coming back down for it. I like him taking this on.
Yeah. Hit it too thick, but as we mentioned, that was a kind of 2-way shot here. Try to reach the 2, but leaving Henrik a really tough situation here because he can't really kick. Yeah, that's the only line he has. And what could be ideal is to go 2 rails and clip the 1 to make it or separate the balls. You really want to hit the 2nd rail first. Good chances to make it. Yes, like that. You see, he clipped it and created distance. Good shot.
Well, I'm starting to think there isn't a position you can put Henrik in that he can't get out of. His escapes have been fantastic, and he's been rewarded with good results on quite a few occasions. Well, certainly a little bit more as this match has gone on. Oh, he's rattled the 1. That was down to the power he needed to put on it to get the cue ball back down for the 2. Wasn't far away, but look at where the 7's land. Where the 7 is.
Yeah, Henrik just went to see if he could see the 1, but looks like it doesn't have an edge. That's why he let Fred at the table, because the 8 ball dropped. So he had the choice.
Yeah, I really don't mind giving it back there, Ben.
Yeah, that's the same type of shot. And previously, you really want to go 2 rails here and clip it to create distance. And he did it perfectly. He got a little bit of a roll here, using the only blocker he had to block the path of the 1. But it was a good shot from Fred.
Yeah, Yeah, still quite a bit of work to do in this rack as well.
Oh, good shot. I don't know if he called it, but that was really a good hit. This is a kind of separation in the long side of the table with the right speed. This is kind of a great kick safety from Henrik there.
Yeah, he's looking like a bit of masse and using the spin to kick off the long rail. It's got a bit too much of that and it's avoided the one ball. Was a tough shot to attempt. It's just gripped a little bit more off that long rail. Ball in hand for Henrik here, and with all that traffic and where the 3 is, he may be looking to put Fred in trouble again here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think he's gonna send the 1 ball into those 3 balls, try to get the cue ball behind the 2. I believe this is what he's looking at, to try to open up the cluster and at the same time play safe behind the 2. Yeah, that's a good shot.
Oh, he's done that really well. Yeah, good spot, Ben. And as you said, he's released that cluster now, giving, well, both him and Fred an opportunity if they find themselves at the table in open play. But Fred right now, he's got himself a tough shot ahead of him here, and nothing guaranteed with regards to how the balls are going to finish if and when he does make contact.
Well, that was a good shot. He hit it a little bit too thin though, scratching on the side. This is a good opportunity for Henrik. But yeah, the shot was a kick and stick, a 2-rail kick and stick, which is never easy. And he hit it on the thin side, causing the cue ball to travel a lot without control. So yeah, good opportunity for Henrik now to close the match actually. But yeah, the layout is not easy.
I'm just wondering if he's going to play for that 3rd foul. It's kind of nice with ball in hand for him to attack, but he may feel the path of least resistance is going for a 3rd foul.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but the 1 ball is a big ball there. If you go directly to the short rail, just like where he is now, you can hit it, you know, 2 rails, making the 1 ball a bigger ball. So I wouldn't be surprised that Fred hit this one. And but yeah, this is a lot of tension, because that could be the loss of a match if it doesn't touch the 1. So I still believe that the 1 ball is a big ball there.
I think Fred just called the ref over to take a closer look. Cue ball may even be touching the 3 ball. Oh, looks like there's a bit of a gap.
Yeah, good shot there. Good shot.
Very good. And keeps his tournament hopes alive. In fairness, needed to be made. Now, is this a better position for Henrik?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Good to get position on the 2. The 3 doesn't pass the 6 into the side. Henrik just checking if it passes the 5 into the bottom left corner. He may have limited options for this 3 ball.
Yeah. Took his extension on this, yeah, because the 1, 2, 3 is a little bit awkward. The 3 ball passes in the side pocket where he's looking at. But to get to this area is really tough, considering the angle he will have on the 2, because the 10 ball here is a big ball. It blocks the path of the 2, so this is not a gimme. He really tried to come closer to the 2, which I love, but yeah, I don't know if he has it, actually. If he has it, yeah, this is the perfect position. If he has it, then he can draw straight back to the long rail. That was a key shot there, Gethin.
I thought he was actually forced into having to play the cue ball to the right side of the 2 to play it in the bottom left pocket, because I really didn't see any good opportunities staying that side of the 2, but what a great position shot, and look at the position he's managed to maneuver here.
Yeah, that's what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to get straight in on the 2, but that was risky, and he did it perfectly. It's perfect on the 4. I don't believe the 5 passes the 9, so he'll have to draw straight back to pocket the 5 in the bottom left. Oh, we didn't draw enough. He should be okay, but it would have been better to be straight in on the 5, because the 6 ball is in front of the side pocket. Would have been a stop shot, but now he has to use the bridge and run into the 9. Big ball.
Yeah, he's made some corkers so far in this match. Responding really well from Fred's opening set. And
good shot.
Yeah, not afraid to run into balls either. That's held lovely for the 6.
But if he's straight in on the 6, then he can't really reach the 7 properly. I think he has a little angle, and with a little bit of inside, he would come off the long rail. Ooh! That was close.
Little smirk from Fred as well. I think both players knew how close that was. I think a delayed reaction from Henrik. He looked up at the heavens. He's left himself a little on the 50-yard line here as well.
Yeah. But I think he'll still be able to come off the long rail and back for the 9, but it's touchy. Oh yeah, he's done it really nicely, but still, it's not over till it's over. So he'll have to go all the way back to the long rail. Actually, if he makes it, he would go long and short, back for the 10 in the same pocket maybe. I don't know.
How's the cue ball?
Oh,
needs to slow down.
Yeah, that's good. He's good, but it's a tough cut to win the match and to get into this final. This is for the win. And he has it. Henrik Larsson is through the final. We really had a great match get into to witness there between 2 legends of the game. And remember, guys, the final of this Predator Wheelchair Open will be at 6:30 p.m. And meanwhile, during the day, we'll have the losers qualification that's starting 20 minutes. And right after the quarterfinals of the women's doubles at 4 p.m. So stay tuned. Myself, Benjamin Belhassan, and my colleague, Getting Davis, had a great pleasure to welcome you. And stay tuned with plenty of full pool action coming.